I'd want to do a musical scene of the frustration of having a puppy that won't listen to you.
Congratulations on this movie. It made me really wish that I could sing. So I applaud all of you. Like, you all have so much talent that when I was 13, I was definitely twiddling my thumbs. So I'm very envious of you all. I'm curious for each of you, what excited you about bringing this Broadway musical to life on the screen?
I think more than anything, the entire world has been through a trauma with the pandemic. And to have this exuberant, celebratory, hopeful, happy musical, it just feels like the right thing at the right time. I know I needed to be on that set, and I also think it's a beautiful story, and to follow a culture that is not generally the center of any story. Yeah, I loved it. I loved how diverse the cast was. It was the most diverse cast I've ever been a part of. Everything about it felt really intentional.
What was your reaction when you got this role?
This was an honor to have it. This was an honor, and also this is a dream. I was so happy. I was like, yeah. So, but getting up in Canada and meeting everybody, really getting to know everybody and learning my craft even better, and at the same time, really portraying my best acting. It was so special for me.
I freaked out. I was crying. I cried for like a week straight, but I couldn't tell anyone that it was a role. I could only tell like my parents and my siblings, and that's about it.
Definitely cried. I think I screamed in my house like, I'm gonna be Kendra or something like that. I don't remember, but I was very excited. And then I found out, we were going to Canada in the next month after we got the news. So it was a lot of news coming at once, but I was very, very excited.
Man, that was a crazy day. So we all learned about it at the same time. We were on a Zoom meeting, and I didn't cry. My mom cried though. Then I went outside. I told my dad. He was happy for me. And then I went and played basketball for 4 hours.
Booking 13 was such a unique experience because as someone in the acting business, usually when you book something, you do the final audition and then you leave, and then it's several days before you get the call whether you booked it or not. But we were in the Zoom call because, pandemic. We were in the Zoom call and the director said, I want you guys to look around because you're looking at the cast of 13. My reaction was to collapse and start crying. So all you saw was this empty Zoom frame and everyone was like, where's Gabriella? Did she die?
When we all found out on that Zoom, it was so unreal for me. I needed to pinch myself a few times because I didn't believe it at first. I was like everyone else was screaming and crying, and I was just like, what?
Whenever I see a musical, it makes me wish kind of that my life was a musical, and I start thinking about little moments that have happened here or there that I would love to see transformed into a song. Do you have something in your life that you think, if they made a musical about me, it'd be this birthday party or it'd be this thing that I'd want in a musical?
I would either say when I got the role of Simba for Disney's The Lion King, or when I performed at the Grammys.
Well, my favorite thing that ever happens in musicals is a flash mob, get me in there. So if I'm in New York City and I'm strutting down the sidewalk, and if I'm in a movie, if there's a movie about me, little Gabriella Uhl, flash mob, New York City right now. I played flag football in my 8th grade year. So I could imagine me being in uniform, singing about football. That'd be kind of cool.
That's a great question. I think, personally for me, I'd want to see fights of mine, fights I've had with my friends. I don't know why, I just want to see how they'd be trying to do a musical.
I'd want to do a musical scene of the frustration of having a puppy that won't listen to you.
No, come here. No, come here.
I would watch that in a heartbeat.
Right?
Don't be over there. Why are you chewing that?
It would be a really funny song, right?
Yeah.
I would go to that musical 1,000 times. Somebody please write that.
How to Train Your Puppy.
Yeah, if I were in a musical, as a person, with a disability and, as an ambulatory wheelchair user, I have so many people that come up to me and say like the weirdest things. And I feel like that could kind of be turned into a musical, like a comedy musical with like all the things like, can I pray for you? And you're like, so I feel like that would be really funny.
You guys have such amazing chemistry. It seems like you had so much fun on screen. Behind the scenes, were there any favorite bloopers that you had that might make a blooper reel if they showed one?
Okay. This scene that they took out. I can't say the song. It might be on the soundtrack. I was performing on a bed, and I had to do like a spin move. And man, this is why you don't perform on beds, because the sheet like caught my shoe, and I fell off the bed really hard.
Oh,
but I caught myself. But it was like really funny.
We used to break character. It didn't happen often, but when it did happen, we had to get ourselves together.
I'm pretty sure I screamed a lot of times on set. We might have a lot of footage of that, and someone should put it together because I screamed a lot. But also, when we were filming Opportunity, this happened twice in 2 different settings, but I got punched a lot. And I actually fell during one of the takes. So I feel like that'd be pretty funny to see. It's like towards the end of the song where I'm like walking backwards and I'm about to get lifted up. And before I get to the cheerleaders behind me, one of the girls accidentally trips me and I just fell on the floor and everyone was like, oh no. And I was just like, ta-da!
There's a line in this movie that kind of stuck with me where they talk about, things don't always turn out like you expected. I'm wondering for you, Debra, you've had such an amazing career. Has there been a point for you where you wanted something to go some way, it didn't go that way, and then the unexpected thing turned out to be like an amazing blessing?
Oh, more times than I can count. I have been incredibly fortunate in my creative life, but there were many, many, many times where I thought I wanted to go down this road and an obstacle came up and something else opened up and it ended up being something that was much better for me as an artist or a person or as a mother. And I think it is a great lesson that you're going to be disappointed and you're not going to get what you want and you are going to fail and make mistakes and you can let it really just dismantle you, or it could make you buck up and say, okay, onward, I'll do better next time. And I think that's a lesson. You don't have to be 14. That's a lesson I'm constantly still learning.
You gotta find your own way.
The best and the worst and the most and the least.